What if I told you that Tony Stark isn't just a Marvel character, but a reflection of a real man? A man who went from chaos to genius, from prison cells to billion-dollar box offices. Yes, we're talking about Robert Downey Jr., the man who didn't just play Iron Man, he became him in real life. So let's dive into how RDJ's own story mirrors the rise, fall, and redemption of Tony Stark himself. Just like Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. was born into fame and privilege. His father, Robert Downey Sr., was a well-known filmmaker, and Hollywood was his playground. By age 5, he had already acted in movies. By his 20s, he was one of Hollywood's brightest rising stars. But there was a catch. RDJ, like Tony, had a wild, rebellious streak. While Tony built weapons, Robert built a reputation for being unpredictable, reckless, and sometimes out of control. And soon, that genius turned self-destructive. Between 1996 and 2001, Robert Downey Jr. hit rock bottom. Multiple arrests, rehab visits, and even time in prison. He once said, "It's like I have a shotgun in my mouth and my finger on the trigger, and I like the taste of metal." That's how bad it got. Hollywood gave up on him. Studios refused to insure him. He was talented, but dangerous. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Just like Tony Stark, the genius who created destruction with his own hands before realizing he had to rebuild himself. Then came 2008. Marvel Studios, which wasn't even a giant yet, took a huge risk. They cast Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. At that time, the idea was insane. An actor with a criminal record cast as a billionaire genius who overcomes his dark past? But that's what made it perfect. Jon Favreau, the director of Iron Man, fought for RDJ. He said the movie wouldn't work without him. And he was right, because when Robert Downey Jr. looked into that camera and said, "I am Iron Man," it wasn't just a line. It was a statement, a declaration of redemption. Robert Downey Jr. didn't just play Iron Man, he thought like him. In real life, RDJ is obsessed with technology, innovation, and futuristic ideas. He co-founded a company called Footprint Coalition, focused on using AI and robotics to help the environment. Sounds like something straight out of a Stark Industries pitch meeting. He's also a major investor in clean energy startups and sustainable tech. Even his way of speaking, witty, fast, full of confidence, is so natural that many of Tony Stark's dialogues were improvised on the spot by Robert himself. Iron Man was written to be like him, not the other way around. From a man Hollywood once refused to insure, Robert Downey Jr. became one of the highest-paid actors in history. He reportedly earned over $450 million from the Marvel franchise alone. The same man who once lost everything now owns luxury properties, production companies, and a legacy that changed modern cinema forever. But here's what makes him truly special. It's not the money or fame. It's that he never forgot who he was before Iron Man. Just like Tony, he learned that real power isn't in weapons or wealth. It's in redemption, responsibility, and heart. Robert Downey Jr. didn't just bring Iron Man to life, he became the real Tony Stark, a flawed genius who rebuilt himself piece by piece until he became unstoppable. Maybe that's why when Tony said, "Part of the journey is the end," it hit us all so hard. Because for RDJ, it wasn't the end. It was the ultimate proof that even the most broken people can become legends.